Hi, my name is April Kirkwood, and I would love to welcome you to our couch where we, for once in our lives, maybe exhale and think about our love lives. You know, it doesn't really matter what's going on in your career or with your kids. If your love life is a mess, it seems to have a really adverse, negative trickle-down effect on everything else that's happening. And that's what happened to me until I got some insights about what I had been doing wrong. My name is April Kirkwood, and I am here for you. Some of the possibilities that are right beyond your reach are going to be shared each and every video so that perhaps, just perhaps, you can transform your entire life by making some subtle adjustments on the way that you think. You know, the Course in Miracles tells us that a miracle is nothing more than a change in perception. And I really do believe that. As a matter of fact, I've had many miracles in my life. Not to get all woo-woo on you, but every 7 years, did you know that every organ and cell in your body is completely brand new? Never been there 10 years ago when you're holding on to those memories, 15 years ago with the pain and agony of what someone might or might not have intentionally done to your heart, to your life. Well, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to give you insights. So I promise you if you can step outside your little box, that there is a new life for you, a possibility of finding the love that I really do believe we all deserve if we can get out of our own way. That's why I have my Puss in Boots on. I know I'm not even going to go there, but sometimes we have to kick ourselves in the butt. Instead of blaming why he did it, why they cheated on me, why the marriage fell apart, why the in-laws didn't help make it better, why the kids added stress to an already stressful environment. All of these factors are indeed a part of your problem, but they're not the core of the problem. It's time for us to rip the Band-Aid off and find our truth. Today's conversation, we're talking about why people in relatively stable, healthy relationships cheat. Now, I had a girlfriend the other day, and we had some drinks, and she said, you know, I've been married like 25 years, and I just feel the urge to go out there and try it with somebody new. Have a fling. Guys are looking better and better. And for some of us who are MILFs, 20-something guys could be looking better and better. I'm not going to go there. That's another conversation. Have you ever known somebody who has cheated that is in, well, what we would call a pretty decent relationship? Maybe it was you, maybe it was your spouse, or maybe it was some member of your family that totally shook the ground around you, making everything that you thought truth appear to be a lie. Well, it's time right now to get rid of the BS and tell you why people cheat. People in relationships cheat. It's called fear. F-E-A-R, fear. Nothing more than that. It's because they are so afraid of committing and jumping in. I know you're going to say, well, I'm married. It doesn't really matter what you're married. That's a label. It's a piece of paper. We all know that the divorce rate is still 50%. So most of us can wipe our butts on that piece of paper most of the time. But why do you cheat? Fear of commitment. I'm telling you, that's the core. Because as long as you cheat, you don't have to commit 100% to the person you're with. And if you don't have to commit, if you can't fulfill their dreams, their fantasies, and make it work, well, let's face it, underneath it all, you're not going to be that hurt because you never really committed. It's pretty sad, isn't it? All based on fear. They say that everything we do is based on two emotions, love and fear. And ladies, let me tell you, some of these guys that are out there, they're just scared scared little boys running with their you-know-whats between their legs, 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out, not because they don't love you, but because they're afraid that you won't love them. So what happens is when they get caught cheating and you want to rip their eyes out of their head and smash their car and burn their clothes. I've been there. I know it's happened to me too. What really is going on in their head is, see, she didn't pull through for me. She wasn't there for me. And although I screwed it all up, I'm not going to be as hurt as I could have been if I would have invested in her 100% of the time. So the bottom line is, what do we do with that? Well, if you're one of those people that are afraid of true commitment, both feet in the relationship, monogamous till death do us part, and I do believe there are still couples out there that are monogamous, that do love each other, that have found what it takes to make it work in the long run. It's our dream for all of us, but I do think that there are examples. I think what you need to do is have an honest conversation, number one, with yourself. Number two, have an honest conversation with your beloved. Let's face it, if you didn't love them, you wouldn't be there. And if you didn't love them more than you can even imagine, you wouldn't be such a scaredy cat about their rejection of who your truth is and who you are. Work it out together. The only thing that will compensate fear is healing and love and self-acceptance. Now, what's the flip side of staying who you are and being a runaround and keeping 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out? Well, you'll be considered a runaround, a player, a liar. No one will trust you, not to mention the effects of getting caught and destroying all of your monetary investments, your children's lives. I really believe that children do not get over divorce as easily as us counselors like to think. We say, they're resilient, they'll move on, they'll manage. But there's a lot of wounded adults out there that didn't get over it quite as easily as we had hoped. My hope for you is that you reconsider what is going on and what is happening to you and your loved one when they're out and about, flirting, putting it out there, not putting it where it should be. And that's investing in you, because you're perfect, you're magnificent, you deserve to be loved. You deserve everything. Remember that. The rest of this crap is an illusion. And I want to share the fact, and this is a fact, that you are worthwhile of a truly monogamous, deeply intimate, loving romance. Until we meet again, don't forget you can email me, pr@aprilkirkwood.com. Come and visit my website, aprilkirkwood.com. Check us out. I know, like everybody else in the world, we're on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. I am here for you. Also, oh my God, I forgot about this. If you sign up to be notified when my new book comes out, Big Girls Do Cry, about my experiences of going through the deepest, darkest moments of my life, out, back into the light, back into love. It's about my 3-decade affair with none other than Frankie Valli of the Four Seasons. You gotta love him. I do. After all, I invested a lot in that relationship, and there's no room for you or I to be bitter or nasty, but to enlarge our hearts through the process of heartache. Always remember to follow your heart as long as your heart is not above your head. See you next time. Remember, pass this video on to anyone else that you know might have cheated or been cheated on. Love ya.